Hello, everybody. Spirit of 420 here because everything I do is so gosh doggone so 420. First off, I don't know if he's already here, but Lawrence, I hope you're here, man. I hope you're doing well, and nice to hear from you today, brother. Also, the season 4 finale will be, gosh darn it, the 5th. There we go. Just had to catch up. The brain had to catch up. June 5th, Monday, will be the season finale. I believe I'm going to have a total of 7 folks on. That includes myself, so me plus 6 guests. These are 6 of my closer friends. Doesn't necessarily mean that I don't have other friends who are as close as they are. This is the group that I feel like had the most to do with this past season, if you will, and had the most to do with me and influencing me, that is. I won't tell you who that is. We'll have to save that. I will tell you most likely I'm going to have one new guest. And well, you know what? I'll let that be a surprise too. He knows who he is if he's watching. So with that said, I hope all of y'all are doing well. I will get right into it. Tonight's topic is I put on there my mother's holy heart, right? Because she has a hole in her heart. So I think I talked about this briefly the other day during last night's stream, but I told you I would talk about it tonight. So apparently, this is something that you can have your whole life and it not be known. I mean, she's 72, so I find it a little crazy that they haven't seen it till now. But apparently, a couple of things. So it's called an AIE, is what she is experiencing. And this could be the precursor, or they said is the precursor. Apparently, she's already had 2 of these. This is the one that she had the other night was the second one. The one that she had Sunday night, was the second one. And it is a precursor to, what they call the bigger one, or the big one, if you will. What that means, I don't know. What I know is that what she has dealt with, I'm still waiting to learn all this as she is. She has appointments coming up soon, right? So we will find out more. But what I do know is that we are trying to be careful and on the lookout for more, right? There could be more than this. And that's a high percentage chance. But the way that I got, the impression that I got is that it doesn't necessarily kill, and it's something that you can recover from, but it's still something that, it's an attack. So it is what it is. The one thing that bothers my mother, and I know this part for a fact, is that, my grandmother, her mother, died from strokes, from multiple strokes. It's getting hot in here, so I'm not going to take off all my clothes. But anyway, my grandmother, my mother's mother, the one who had these micro strokes, she died from, it was ultimately a stroke that killed her, and she had several strokes in the end, right? So you can imagine if you're somebody's child who died like that and you're now having strokes, obviously that's weighing on your mind. And there's no getting around that. It's weighing on my mind. I'm her son, right? And I have all pretty much the same habits. The one thing I will say, on a side, on a positive note, today is 4 days, right? And I'm literally going to be counting these because it was hard. I'm telling you, I got in the car at one point today, folks, and I was going to go get a fucking cigarette. I didn't do it, and it was everything. I probably should have streamed and been like, somebody do something, whatever. But it was everything I could do not to go get that cigarette, and I did it. I managed to do it. On that note, I have been very transparent. I mean, you can't have a 16-year marriage, or excuse me, a 13-year marriage, 13 plus year marriage, 16 plus year relationship without ups and downs, right? You're going to have fights. I mean, how do you folks handle fights? I don't always handle them well, and neither does my wife. And of course, it's like the old song, right? You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. Here it is. My mom, and of course I didn't decide that, but my mom's going through this. My wife has had major surgery. I'm still dealing with the loss of that dude, right? I'm not even going to try to deny it. And then I decided to quit smoking. And there's something, oh yeah, I don't have a job, so whatever. It's one of the most stressful times in my life. Even my father and my mother, who both, one has quit and the other one hasn't, but both of them were like, "Are you sure you want to try to do this right now?" Well, yeah, because if I fucking wait any longer, then I just won't do it. I kept waiting. I kept having a reason not to quit when I fucking couldn't stand smoking anymore. Right? So it's going to be hard no matter when I do it. Sometimes will be harder than others. What I can say, even if I were to relapse and have a cigarette in the next few days, which I don't plan on, that's not what I'm saying. But even if I did, I don't plan on just fucking buying back or just digging right back in. I'm quit. I don't want to smoke anymore. I don't want to deal with the shit. I wish that other people in my life would think the same way. Hint, hint, Dad. But you can't force it. That's one thing that all of us have talked about. All those, because I've quit before. I told you. I think this is actually technically the 5th time that I've quit smoking. So what does that tell you? I'm not good at quitting. And the last time I quit, I was quit from 05 to 11. So what is it? Six solid years, or 5 years. Maybe it was 06 to 11. Either way, it doesn't, or 10. No, it was 05 to 10 because it was 5 years. That's right. Well, no, technically, I guess it was 11. It was February of 11. Same day. The same day that my son was created, my 3rd son. Oops. Yeah, I dropped. That's okay. It's just called fertilizing the carpet. That's all that I'm doing. When you drop an ash, next time you drop an ash, just look at it and be like, "Hey, it's no big deal. You got to fertilize the carpet too, right? Have to. Got some comments. Hold on. Let's see what's going on the comment stove. Hey, what's up, Bob? How you doing? Of course, man. Of course, I've got this nice jank here with me, and thank you, sir. I'm the one that should be thanking you for stopping by. Don't thank me. Thank you. And let's get that going. There we go. Okay. Otherwise, I'm shooting from the hip tonight. Y'all play that slap game where you do like this and you have to. No, y'all know that one, yeah. Everybody knows this one, right? Where you put your hand, the opposing person puts their hand here and you're gonna slap. But the other one is you hold your hands like this, right? And the other person puts their hands on their side like 6 shooters, and they have to slap the hands. That's a fun one. My son didn't know that version. I thought that was funny. I just recently taught that. And he knew the slap over, but he didn't know the 6-shooter version. I think the 6-shooter version personally is more fun. More problems, more fun. Where the heck was I? I know I was talking about mom, and I was right, smoking. Uh, hey, I'll get back there. I just had to reel it. If you truly want to quit, you'll quit, and if you truly, I think this time will be different. Yes, I have quit before, and I have started back, but I truly believe this time will be different because I never quit for these reasons, and don't. I mean, maybe I should make that clear. I'm quitting due to health, right? I'm 51, and I don't want to see myself get where my parents got to in their 70s due to smoking, CP or COPD or whatever the hell it is, emphysema. As it is, the next thing I'm looking to do is how, and Bob's going to be an integral part of this, right? But this will turn into a lot more of eating. Come on, just focus in on it. Well, fuck you. There you go. I'm just going to focus more on eating, right? In fact, I'll be putting in another order, Bob, on a side note since you're here. But, thank you, brother. Sending you much love right back. I mean that. You're one of the, just so you know, Bob will definitely be on the show. We wonder who the hell will be the audience because my most diehard people are the ones that are going to be the guests on the season finale. So, but that's okay. It'll be fun. It really doesn't matter to me who's here with me live so much. I mean, I do appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. But when I'm having a smoke sesh, it's hard to concentrate on the chat room. And I'm sure that most of y'all can understand that. I'd rather be, focused on the person that I have as a guest that day, And I know I'm going to have some cool new guests on next season. Going to be doing some new different things next season. Don't know exactly what all that'll entail because I never really do. I kind of go with the flow. I did released another one of the videos that I made. It's funny because the video is called In the Middle. And I'm sure that, given enough time, you watch it over and over, you'll see what I'm talking about. But it's not plainly evident with the effects that I used and the things that I did that I only had 37 seconds to make a 3-minute and 37-second video. So, I had to get a little creative with things like running it in reverse, flipping the screen altogether, just different things like that, right? It's called mirroring. Excuse me. Oh, pardon me. I feel like Bill Murray and Caddyshack. Excuse me. No, not Bill Murray. Sorry. Chevy Chase, I believe. Good timing on the cuckoo, though, right? Anywho, yep, I believe this time will be different. Coming full circle on the smoking issue. I do feel very confident because I want to quit to have a longer, more enjoyable life. Not necessarily even longer. I don't think that it would necessarily be that much longer, but I know this, the years won't suck as bad if I quit smoking now, right? That I know for a fact. And what I mean by that is all the things that comes along with smoking, it is what it is. Yeah, I know. I saw that the other night, 9 years. And that is actually a beautiful thing. Not just because it's been 9 years, but because your lungs are now 9 years clean. And I can't, that's what bothers me, Bob. And I'll tell you this, I never went back to smoking the way that I once did. There was a time when I was smoking like a pack and a half, maybe 2 packs a day, right? I never went back to that. And this was the problem that happened after 5 years of being quit, or no, 6 years, whatever the fuck it was. 5, 6 years, it really doesn't matter. After that number of years being quit, one of the things that I knew was, and I had, done the studies, right? But as long as I didn't smoke 10 cigarettes in a day, 10 smokes, right, then that was not more than my body could repair itself overnight. And that was because technically that's the truth. But if you keep doing it and pushing it, plus I didn't stick to that, that 10 rule. How do I say? I didn't necessarily stick to the rule of 10, although I did. But one thing was my wife and I were splitting cigarettes. Like, we got to the point where, first of all, I was never smoking more than maybe 13 at the very most, but that's still more than 10, right? Then my wife and I got to the point where we were sharing cigarettes and we wouldn't have them. Then that kind of ended again because we were going to quit, but then we didn't. And there's times when you want a cigarette, right? The one thing we smokers do is we make up 100 rationalizations to smoke another cigarette. That's a fact. For a smoker, rationalization is literally more important than sex, or else you'll talk yourself right out of a cigarette. Right? I know that to be true for me. By the way, I'm going to heat up this coffee. I'm going to smoke the rest of this Jaybird, which isn't much. I was on last night. I'll take at least a dab. I got the dab rig up here. And then I'm going to read a few quotes, and then I'm going to call it a night. Because I've got a lot that I need to do. I've also got family coming over. My boys are coming over. It's Panera night. Hey, what's up, Lawrence? I was hoping you would make it, buddy. What's up? Just so you know, Ella, I already gave you a shout out. I know you weren't in here at the time, but is today your B-Day, man? Happy B-Day, brother. Happy B-Day. How old are you? How many years have you been walking the earth, Lawrence? Oh, that's good and hot. We'll wait and see here. We'll give it a second. Like I said, I am going to be on for a little bit longer. Not much, but a little bit longer. Smoke this J. Do a dab with you folks. 47. So let's see. 47. So you're 76. Is that right? 76. June 1st, 1976. Hopefully I got it right. If I did all my math in my head correct. So, yep, I was a whopping 4 years old, and my parents had freshly divorced, which was very common in 1976. Just so you know. What did I do with the fucking... All right. Shabba-labba ding-dong. My dab tool. I literally misplaced. Oh, I never took... Look at that. What a fucking stoner. I never took it off. Yep. Yeah, I knew I got it right. 47. And that's a yep. And there, see, it's right here. I never took it off of the fucking rig. Smart guy. There you go, smarty. That's how you do it right there. Yeah, I figure since I do use these tanks, if it, if something ever happens, I have a real good shot of it happening on live TV. So, that'll be a hell of a video, right? There's a nice dab right there. I know the other one was baby, but you know what? If I cough, I cough. It's just the way it is. You need to knock off that cough. So good to see you, Lawrence. Good to see you, Bob. Was there another one? Did you have something? Okay, there we go. I know we had some other folks in here. Not everybody's a talker, though. You know, it's funny because talking about that back in the day when we would play video games when they first went online, man, we all wanted to chat, but now there's like half the people don't chat, and if they do chat, they chat to anybody except for the people in the game. Yummy, dabtastic. That was dabtastic. Without a dab. No dab. All right. There we go. Back to the Jaybird. What's up, kicking it, NZ? Did you change your name? I like it. Name change. Kicking NZ. I know that's Guy from NZ, right? You can just tell me it is. I know it is. Maine. Pardon me on that coughing into your ears. I do apologize. All right. Oh, yeah, dude. I played on the Atari. Absolutely. Yep. I knew you did, man. I like it. I played the Atari 2600. I played the fucking Odyssey, ColecoVision, like you name it, man. Like I played all those old ones. You know, this one's kind of newer in regards to people my age, but I like TurboGrafx 16 and all those early Segas. I played all those too. PlayStation. It was funny. One of my sons, one of my, not, I won't say blood sons, but you know, whatever you want to call it, sons of the heart, right? He just bought a PS1 and got like 4 classic games with it. And the whole reason he got it was he had something already, I think, to play it, right? Or an emulator or something. But it came with, he's into the fucking, oh God, anime, right? So it came with some anime game that he absolutely fucking loves. And he got it, but it's PlayStation. I was like, you know, it's actually not called a PS1. I was like, when they reissued them, they called it a PS1 because there was a PS2, but the original PlayStation was just simply PlayStation. They didn't call it PS1 because, you know, they honestly, I don't think that they thought about the fact that they were going to have. Maybe they probably did, but they didn't go with the that mainstream idea of, okay, you know, let's go ahead and do it. And yes, the Commodore 64 was so much fun. That was such a great time. And I believe, technically, I think Kickin', you said you, I don't know which one came out first, which one of these texts came first. But all I know is the Commodore is the one that I played with my neighbor. That was where I learned to play. And we all know it. You know exactly what I'm going to say before I say it. Fucking Oregon Trail. I mean, that is where we all learned to play. It was the Commodore 64. Hey, I play Oregon Trail. Whatever. Classic game. But it is the truth. And it did start off on the Commodore. That, at least that's where I remember doing it first. So, one more hit off of this. And I'm going to pick last night's alternate. For those of you who don't remember, last night was Sweet Smell. Well, last night we did Life's Journey instead of Sweet Smell of Success. So we're going to do Sweet Smell of Success tonight. Is that page 116? Yeah, I need to get the glasses out. I know I got my head. I shouldn't have done that. Excuse me. I'm gonna do it like this. Here. Now you can just see the back of the book. Fuck y'all. All right. Just as a reminder, this is the book that I'm reading from. You can pick this up. I need to put the link to this when I talk about it, and because I can usually go on Amazon and get these used for like $4, $5, $6, not even 6 with shipping, maybe. All right, so you know what? Just make sure I got the right page. Sweet Smell of Success, 116. All right, there we go. All right, who we gonna read first? Well, you know, if we're gonna do Sweet Smell of Success, and what do we got down here? Cracking a beer. Nice job, Lawrence. Enjoy that birthday beer. Birthday beer, birthday bud. Those are always classic to have. But I'm going to start with Forbes, right? I mean, how can you not start? So Malcolm Forbes. Success follows doing what you want to do. There is no other way to be successful. Everybody bears success in how much money you make. That is not what makes you successful. You heard it right there from a guy named what? Malcolm what? I'm sorry. Is that Forbes? Forbes. All right. Oh, here's another great one. I mean, there's so many. So, I you know what? I'm going to let y'all pick from this. I'm going to give you 3 choices, and you tell me. So, I have Helen Keller, right? Helen Keller, Mickey Rooney, Woody Allen. And I know there's not very many people, so the first person to pop a name is the one that I'll read. Helen Keller, Mickey Rooney, Woody Allen. But I am going to skip forward, and I'm going to read Joe Namath. I fucking love that guy. If you aren't going all the way, why go at all? That is a classic. If you aren't going all the way, why go at all? Yeah, you know, that was the one I was feeling too. So, first one to say something was New Zealand man. So we are going to go with Helen Keller. This is Helen Keller. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. So I'm going to read that one again. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Period. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. That's a fucking thank you, Helen. That's a killer. That's a killer quote, Helen. Yeah, I know. All right. I have to say this one. I always love Anonymous. Those are some of the best, honestly, some of the best quotes in this book are the Anonymous, and the guy that wrote this, he included. So this is Alan Klein as his name. See down there at the bottom. There you go, Alan Klein. Pretty much every section he included at least 1 or 2 Anonymous. So here's one for you. Don't wait for your ship to come. Swim out to it. That's a good one. That is a good one. All right. So there's a Harry S. Truman over here. And then I got a Mark Twain. Oh, there's a Henry David Thoreau. My dogs are going off because my son is here, and they go off every time somebody's here. You are absolutely welcome, brother. Huh? I'm going to read this one no matter what. Here's another Anonymous, but I'm going to read the George Burns. I mean, that dude's fucking cool as shit. That is one cool old motherfucker. I know he's not with us anymore, but he was cool up until the day he died. I'd rather be a failure at something I enjoy than be a success at something I hate. That says it all. That says it all. All right. I am going to read this other Anonymous. Un momento, por Farberino. Yeah, I screamed, shut up at the fucking dog. All right. Anonymous. God gave us two ends, one to sit on and one to think with. Success depends on which one you use. Heads, you win. Tails, you lose. I think most people have probably heard that one by now. So you maybe know somebody who's used that anonymous quote, but that one, technically, we don't know who originally said it. So, and that's, this book came out in 99. So we're talking about, this does go back quite a ways. Quite a ways. All right. Let's end it with Mark Twain. I love that guy. Raise your hand if you like Twain, right? I mean, how can you not? Yeah. All right. She had, and it was her that was barking. Actually, in this case, there's a brother and a sister, and it was her that was. So I had to tell her what's up. She had to know. You know what I'm saying? All right. Mark Twain. I don't know why I took my glasses off. I need him to read it. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that. But the really great make you feel that you too can become great. I don't know if I'm not saying that I'm great. That's up for grabs. It's not for me to say. What I will say is I believe that each and every one of you are fucking great. That is something that I preach every single day, every single second, every single minute. It's the rest of my life. Where that's going to take me is literally that notion. And it's kind of funny. I read those because I told you this is all about not just you, but about me too, right? I'm talking to myself when I do this. I've had some questions about what I'm supposed to do. If I were to sit here and tell you that I'm not lost half the time, that would be a lie. In fact, I'm lost probably 95% of the time, right? And the only time you guys see me is less than 1% of the time. So there you go. It's easy to keep that facade, just so you know. What I will tell you is some of those things really hit home with what I'm trying to figure out about myself. And I do not believe that there are coincidences. That's why I got this book to begin with. This one has 600. I have a few of these. This one happens to be my favorite physical in my hand book. I have a few others that are digital and so on and so forth. But this one, I like it because I keep it with me wherever I go. And I have multiple copies. And it seems like whenever I open it up and whenever I need to hear something, by no coincidence, I end up picking a quote that directly talks to me. I don't know if any of those talk to y'all tonight about situations. And I know some people say, well, you can really pull it out of the air, grasping straws, whatever. I've been living now for 51 years. I do not believe that the bulk of that has been grasping at straws to see the connections and read the signs. So remember all that. Have a wonderful evening. I have got food waiting for me and I'm quite hungry. And even though the dogs are going nuts, I do want them to be able to come out of their crates because right now they have to go to their crates. That's normally not the case, but with everybody coming over and with me streaming and with my wife not being able, this is my wife right now, right? And my mom just had a stroke. Yeah, the dogs had to go up. If I was going to stream, the dogs had to go into the crate. Nothing I can do about it. But that said, I love each and every one of you folks as normal. You take care too. And I will be back. Today is, so where I'm at, it's Thursday. I started at 7:20, just like normal. And I will be back on again in 2 days, Saturday, 24 hours from about 35 minutes ago, right? So 48 hours, excuse me. I said 24, didn't I? 48 hours from about 35 minutes ago. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful weekend, since most of it will be half gone by the time I see you folks again. Have a blessed weekend. Have a great Friday. That's for most of us tomorrow. If not, maybe some of us. I bet you there kicking it and NZ has probably already started Friday, hadn't you, technically? So anyway, I love all you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Make it count. Spend time with the ones you love, and know that you are incredibly special. You are incredibly important. And anything you decide to do, yep, I knew it. Just so you know what I knew, got to share with everybody. See, 2 p.m. Friday afternoon there in the Outback. Well, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call it the Outback. Please forgive me. You're in New Zealand. I know there's a difference. I've watched Flight of the Conchords. Fuck off. I'm just teasing, brother. Flight of Conchords, though, just happens to be one of my favorite, not only favorite shows of all time, and we'll talk about that sometimes if you want, but I do love the albums that they produced out of the show too, and I've seen quite a few of their live shows, and oh yeah, I know, I love them, dude. I love them. Yes, I did. I had to get it started right. I mean, that's one of the best. The jokes that those guys made in concerns to between Australia and New Zealand. Oh my God. It makes me want to go back. I haven't watched the show in forever, man. I'll have to go back because it's been, you remember, I'm sure you remember, because it's been set, like 09, I think was when season 2 came out, and then they got canceled. So, I think I haven't watched it, or probably the last time I watched it was like 11 or 12, dude. And that was, God, time flies. That was 10 or 11 years ago was the last time I watched it. But it's worthy. A lot of people don't know, but that's where the chick, everybody who loves Louise from Bob's Burgers, just so y'all know, came from Flight of the Conchords. She was the crazy fucking psycho fan that they had, and they loved her on Fox, and they loved her voice. She was perfect as a little tiny girl. So, anyway, back to closing out the show. I love you guys. Yeah, it has been a while, right? Have a wonderful evening. Be safe. Have a blessed weekend. Stay fucking lifted. I know that I will. As a matter of fact, I'm about to go smoke some more right before I eat this Panera and really dig in. Love you guys. See you Saturday. Peace. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Peace. I will see you Saturday. You, New Zealand, I'll see you on Sunday. Peace.
I switch hit, I'm a strange fuck. Consistent ain't something I could say well. Throw my change into the wishing for a change well. Wish a day a swell life for the next come. And when the next come, pretend that it's the best one. Like I ain't even gonna try and say that to the next one.